Yeah, so it's Pinnacle's 49 update. Eastern Europe nomad and Western Europe nomad. Just making myself a cup of tea. Gotta get some water in there to sort of cool it down. And, so one thing I was noticing today, I'm coming out of the gym, and I'm realizing my new philosophy is just sort of whatever, and WTF, what the F. The night previously, I had gone to some organized social event through some citywide social events organization, and so I go there, and it's sort of a small bar. It really isn't that big, but it's just crowded with people. There's a guy putting the invitation that, okay, so they're going to let women have drinks for free if they come at 9 o'clock. So there were some extra women there, but in general, it looked like Spaniards and South American men, and men from other countries where they have dark hair and dark eyes. I would say 90% of the people there. And then there was a few, maybe Polish, maybe one or two Americans. Not many women there. The few there that were young and attractive weren't actually part of the group, because I went in there. I don't really like going to these social events where I don't know anyone. I mean, I went up to the bar and I had a glass of wine, then I went out and had a cig, and then I went in and had a Bombay gin and just sort of hung around at the bar right around where people order. And I could not get comfortable with the whole situation. There was too many people, and they were mostly men anyway. So I just scanned the crowd for good-looking women. And some good-looking woman comes up next to me, because that's the space at the bar where you order your drinks. And I said, well, are you part of the group? And she goes, oh, no. And I goes, oh. And then she says, are you? And I go, oh, well, yeah, I just arrived, I guess. But I didn't continue the conversation. I should have. Within 20 minutes, I had had a Bombay gin and a glass of wine. I'm having tea now, so don't worry, I'm not drinking all the time. But I was only there for a total of barely 30 minutes. And I wasn't comfortable. I didn't want to go. And then I just thought I should go to be, socialize in this new city where I'm living. It's a big city. I don't know anyone, maybe one or two people. Acquaintances, but basically no one. And I didn't want to go out on Friday night, but I thought, well, you should go out. It's a good thing for you. So later I thought, what a waste of time. I took the tram into the center of town. It wasn't that far. Walked about 15 minutes to the bar, and I didn't even stay. And I think basically it's a battle between should and must. So I thought I should do it, and I figured out that a should, if you think you should do something, it's usually a compromise, and you think it's going to be good for you, but you end up unsatisfied and sort of miserable, So I'm not going to waste my time anymore doing things that I should do, and I'm just going to do what I must do, the absolute necessities. And beyond analyzing everything and every one of my actions, even down to how I make my tea, or whether I'm going to wash my face with antibacterial soap, or am I going to put extra deodorant on, or whatever, things like that. I mean, it's just like I'm getting a little bit too detail and nitpicky and obsessive about minor details that I don't even give a fuck about, because it really doesn't have that much influence upon the unfolding of events, which I think is more in the divine plan I don't think we really have control over our lives. We have free will within a certain frameworks, and we can operate within these frameworks. Good frameworks are being disciplined at your work, getting regular exercise, disciplining yourself in your dietary regimen, and those are maintenance things. Those maintain your life, your health, your finances. And those things maintain you, but they don't necessarily get you out of the maze of life and to get the cheese. And that's a big issue. Here's a view. I got some music on. It's beyond that. I mean, I was coming out of the gym, relax, after, and sort of philosophical. And I thought, well, I guess my philosophy now is I can't really put myself in any other framework except absolute necessities. And these are things that we call musts rather than shoulds. Musts versus shoulds. Shoulds are things where you have a good intention, but you don't necessarily have to do. Musts, the things you must do, are what you must do, and they usually lead to greater unfoldment of your life, a better outcome, but you don't control the outcome. But you can at least try to have these maintenance frameworks in your life. Such as learning a foreign language. But when you're in the foreign country, you should be learning the language as well. So I think learning the language of the country where you're visiting or living in, sojourning, such as I'm doing. I've done it in 6 or 7 different countries now. I've learned so many languages. It's something you should do, but for me it's a must because I feel that you have a much more profound experience of the culture and the country and the people if you study the language while you're here. Makes it much more interesting. Other than that, I walked around a huge shopping mall. It was too crowded to get any food at places I wanted to, so I went to a little fried fish takeout. And at that, walked around, there were so many people. Just a bonanza of good-looking women all over the place. And tonight maybe I'll go to a wine bar. I don't know if it's a should, it's not a must, it's just sort of like, I'm sort of lazy and it's just down the street, so I might as well go there. But I don't like to be chained into a framework of people. I like to go in, have my drink, and be the lone wolf and look around, and if there's something I'm interested in. Like, for instance, at that previous night's evening where a good-looking girl walked up to the bar, and it was just, I just said something after having a drink and a half. And I talked to whom I want to talk to. And basically, that's a good-looking woman when I'm out. Or some men if they're in a jocular mood and a humorous mood and not too serious, just joking around. And I don't like talking to drunks, but I like to talk to people with a good sense of humor. But maybe I'll go out. I decided going out at night is sort of a waste of time. I don't really like to have beyond 2.5 drinks. 3 is the max. Of course, when I was younger, much younger, I would go out and, drink all night and smoke all night. That was when I was younger. Anyways, so that's about all I have to say today. So, but let me think. Anything else that's interesting? No.